It was a good year. Uh, where'd I go?
Oh, sorry.
That was you, you idiot. Um, one of those nights. Padres fall in Houston, 6-4. This is the wrap-up show with John and Jim. Game one of a three-game series goes to Houston. The Padres still have the best record in baseball at 15-5 overall. Kyle Hart has struggled. That's to put it mildly on the road this year. Had that first outing against the Cubs, didn't make it out of the first inning. Today gets taken deep twice. Padres had opportunities. They had 12 hits in this game, scored just 4 runs, trailed for most of it, and lose 6-4. So make your way in. We have year-round content for you. Please subscribe. Smash the like button for us. You can follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We'll get to the super chats here tonight. We see one that already rolled in from James. So thank you, James, for your support of the channel. If you want to support our work, if you have a question or a comment, want to control the direction of the conversation, click the dollar sign below the chat box. We'll get your super tonight. And if you want to become a member and get emojis and badges, you can click the join button down below. Padres were an underdog tonight with Kyle Hart on the mound, even though the pitcher they were facing was making his second career start. But opportunities, Jim, they lose 6-4. I don't think it's cause for alarm as the Padres are 15-5.
Look, if you said the season's over at 15-5, okay.
You'd be right.
Yeah, you'd be right. Yeah, pack it up. We'll see you next spring. It's gonna happen. They fought tonight. It's not like they lost 9-0. Kyle Hart on the road is a much different pitcher than at home. We can see that through his first 4 starts clearly. It's like night and day. And yeah, you mentioned at the top, team had like a million hits tonight and just couldn't get the job done. They had early on an opportunity, but Tyler Wade should have been double play, RBI ground out. I think one of the positives from tonight, and I can already see a trend happening right now, is that Luis Ariz is going to hit 450 on the road and hit 250 at home. Like I can already see it. Luis Ariz tonight, 3 hits. He had that big 2-run home run to bring it to within a run, but they just could not. I mean, 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position, and you had 12 hits as a team. Got to be better than that. I liked how Gavin Sheets, Oscar Gonzalez, and Jose Iglesias all multi-hit games. That was really nice. But yeah, the story of tonight was Kyle Hart is a much different pitcher on the road, and they just could not get that big hit when they need it.
Yeah, they've obviously swung it well. They lead baseball in batting average, and that's through tonight with the 12 hits. But with men in scoring position, I think they've been closer to league average. I don't know what league average is. I'm speculating, but they've hit around 250 with men in scoring position. And in other circumstances, like with no one on base, they've hit 292 this year. So they've been fine with men in scoring position, but they haven't been as good as they've been in other spots so far this year. And they had a slim early lead, like you said, on the Tyler Wade ground out. The home run that was allowed, that first home run to Cam Smith, was with 2 outs. It was his first ever hit against a left-handed pitcher. Now he's a rookie, and I think a former first-round pick. And I think he's out of Florida State just a year or 2 ago. So he's gotten up quickly, and he hit 2 home runs. But the number 9 hitter is the one that did the real damage tonight. I mean, that's where it kind of hurts. He gets you twice, including a 3-run, 2-out home run. I mean, that's basically the game. If that didn't happen, and it did, Schultz said that postgame, was like, I thought Hart, by and large, other than Cam Smith, pitched well enough, but Cam Smith was in the lineup and accounted for 4 runs, which is a career high, and hit 2 home runs and took a lefty deep. So, yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's one game, and you've got a good rotation, and hopefully they can bounce back tomorrow. It's Michael King tomorrow, isn't it?
It is Michael King tomorrow. Yes,
it is. So you hope to bounce back tomorrow. Houston has been up and down at best. They're 9-10 this year. So hopefully there's an opportunity this weekend, beginning tomorrow with Michael King on the mound.
And you're right about the Cam Smith thing. Like, Kyle Hart didn't pitch awful, but he did give up the big hit, and it resulted in that 3-run home run there. And then Cam Smith, again later in that game, another solo shot. He had 4 RBI in the night. So yeah, you're right about that. He pitched fine, just gave up that big home run.
Right.
And the Padres could not get that big hit in the game that the Astros did get. Now, Luis Ariz had that 2-run home run, but at a point in time, you're down, what, 5-2? 5-2, I think it was.
Yeah, so it made it 5-4. I mean, they pulled within a run in
Yeah,
the seventh
I know.
inning.
So it is what it is. I mean, there's not a lot to potentially get upset about in this game. There was a moment later in the game where it looked like Jose Iglesias clearly tagged the runner out, and they go
Yeah,
to the
didn't
replay,
matter.
and I know
Yeah.
it didn't matter, but I'm like,
Yep. Yeah, they got that wrong
that was
completely.
weird. Like
Yep,
the guy was out,
completely.
but not even close.
He was easily out, and I 100% agree. I don't know what they were looking at. The next batter, I think, popped out. But yeah, that could have been a factor. Josh Hader made it look pretty easy in the ninth. Not shocking. He had a 1 ERA coming in. That was an interesting storyline heading into the series.
Yeah.
I think the story is what the Padres are without. You know, they have 12 hits. They don't have Jackson Merrill. They have 12 hits. They don't have Jake Cronenworth. We talked today to Kevin Acee, Mike Schultz saying that they're going to kind of take their time on Merrill. It doesn't sound like not only is he missing this road trip, he could absolutely miss the upcoming homestand and certainly that first series of the upcoming homestand. So they've still been good without Merrill. I think they're now 7-3 in 10 games, but he's going to miss between 15 and 20 games, if not more. It's 15 after this road trip, and then the homestand, I think, is 5 games. So, I mean, he's going to miss somewhere between 15 and 20 games, if not more. That will ultimately become a concern, would be my guess, because it's going to be hard to play at this clip anyway, even if you had Jackson Merrill. But the first time we look up, Jim, and they've lost 3 or 4, whenever that happens, hopefully it doesn't. But if that happens and we look up, we're going to say, where's Jackson Merrill? Where's Jake Cronenworth? The injuries are catching up to them. And I hope we don't say that on this road trip. I hope they bounce back, but I mean, it's at least a possibility.
Yeah, that was surprising today. If you didn't hear Kevin on with us on John and Jim, you know, the Merrill thing went from tightness to IL to back in maybe a couple days after his IL stint to maybe the middle of next homestand, maybe. Like, what? That's a jump. Like, okay, I understand hammies are delicate, and I definitely would err on the side of caution because you don't want this thing to be a nagging injury all year because that it could be. But again, the diagnosis of injuries with this team, sometimes I'm just like, yesterday was one thing, and next day the guy is out for another 3 weeks. Like, what?
Yeah,
Like the
no, I'm
Darvish
with you on that.
like
The
it's just
Merrill
weird.
thing was like, oh, we were being cautious. He missed 1 game in Sacramento, and now you're right. He's going to miss 3 weeks. Like, I don't know, something there doesn't add up. I give him more benefit with Cronenworth because he had to get an MRI before they found out that he
He
had this
played with
displaced
it.
rib.
He played with a broken rib and hit a home
He
run.
played. He did. That's right. And well, Merrill played with this hamstring thing and stole a base after it happened in Chicago. And now he's going to miss. And I don't know enough about hamstrings. And I think there's different grades of it, and they're nagging. There's no question. And he could suffer it again if he comes back too soon, would be my guess. That's probably why they're slow playing it. But man, a tight hamstring is going to cost you 3+ weeks.
Yeah.
And he's had a hamstring in the minor leagues. It cost him time in the minor leagues. We talked about 2 years ago. So maybe because of that, they're even being overly cautious because they're like, if we bring him back in 14 days and he suffers it again, he misses another 20 something days. We'd probably rather just have him miss 3 weeks now. So it's kind of that's a weird one. The Merrill thing is a concern for me because I'm just worried that he gets back out there and like, is this like a nagging or recurring injury for Jackson Merrill? Because he suffered it before and now he's suffered it again.
Yeah, because we know Merrill. Dude plays 100%. He's not going to be jogging anywhere. And I'm just like, I don't want to see him running down the line at first base and then pull up and be like, oh, here we go.
Oh, God.
Like,
There's another month.
Yeah, exactly. Or longer. I mean, literally a tight hammy turned into now potentially 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
I'm like,
you're right.
Like, what? So I hope they are doing this and erring on the side of caution. I do. Now, do you think, I don't think this is the case, but because they're winning so much, you think that's probably why they're like okay with it and slow playing it? I don't think that's the case, but
I
some
just
people
think
might think it's that.
No, I don't think that's the reason. I think with a 22-year-old, or he's about to turn 22, or just did, they're just going to slow play it. I think
Yeah.
they know that they'd rather, lose the battle, win the war. I think I'd rather miss 3 weeks now than miss 2 weeks now, and it costs you 2 weeks later. That's a plus 1 week scenario in my
Right.
math. So I don't know. I think they're trying to be cautious, and they're trying to get that hamstring fully healthy if that's possible with hamstrings. James, thank you for the first super of the night. It's a little off topic, but we can get to it. Will either of you be watching WrestleMania this weekend? It's the World Series of Wrestling, Jim. Love the show. Thanks for streaming. Go Padres. Thank you, James, for your support and your membership. I think Jim will probably watch.
I will be watching every second of WrestleMania.
You'll throw that on?
Yeah, I ain't doing anything this weekend, so I'll be home.
Okay.
I'll be doing that. Aaron will be laying in bed resting, and I will be watching WrestleMania.
I'm going to miss this year, James, but next year I'm all in. 2026, I'm going to be all in.
So, can you right now, off the top of my head, tell me who the main event is?
No.
Okay.
Can you?
Yes.
Triple H.
No.
The Rock.
Maybe.
Okay.
He might be involved in the main event with John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Irie Fan Geek, thank you for the super chat. He says AJ gets a left-handed frontline pitcher. It'll put us over the top. I don't know if Kyle Hart's going to be in the rotation all year. I don't think he's shown me enough to say that he will be, and I don't think he's yet put me in a position where I'm like, he's got to get out of this rotation. Right. They need to get Yu Darvish back, and when they get Yu Darvish back, you just do the math, and it's going to impact Kyle Hart first, not Randy Vasquez based on the way he's pitched. So I don't think it's about getting a left-handed frontline pitcher. I think it's about getting Yu Darvish back. And for the time being, Kyle Hart stays in this rotation. I'm not saying forever, but I don't think there's going to be some big rush to change the rotation based on the way Kyle Hart has pitched so far, would be my guess.
Yeah, if he's healthy, every fifth day, he's going to be out there for the time being until Darvish gets back. And Darvish is expected to throw a actual bullpen here soon. When did Kevin say? Did he say this weekend? I forget.
He said soon, but the one thing he also said is, they're hoping to, or he was speculating, but maybe they get him back late May, early June.
Okay. Again, right. another injury that was like, well, he's just gonna rest, and then 2 months later.
Yeah, probably more than 2 months from when he was shut down.
Yeah, I mean, again, the injuries. Everyone's like, "Shut up, Jim. Who cares? So Schulte didn't tell you what the injuries. You're a loser." Okay. Well, whatever. Yeah, Kyle Hart. Look, he pitched fine today, other than the 3-run homer to Smith there. But
it's a tough ballpark, by the way. I mean,
it really is. He he's got hits through his 5 innings. And I know if you take away whatever, it's the greatest thing ever. But 3-run home run, 5 innings, 2 runs, like, okay, you can live with that. But again, you can't take away can't take away a 3-run homer. It's pretty big.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was the moment of the game. Obviously, a 2-out, 3-run home run, basically
number 9 hitter.
Yeah, if it doesn't happen, which it did, yeah, you absolutely are in position to probably win the game. But it did happen, and it's the biggest mistake of the night, and the reason why Houston took game 1. Talon, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, Bogarts, Sheets, Iglesias, Gonzalez, Wade, Maldonado, all average players at the plate. Who is Joe? Connor Joe? Yeah. Well, he's had like 2 plate appearances and been awful. 2 plate appearances, though. Padres have been having some overachieving. I do not think that this is all accurate, but Sheets has been way above average. Iglesias is a good major league hitter. We'll see on Bogarts this year. Gonzalez has shown you signs. Wade's Wade, Maldonado's Maldonado. You could argue they're below average players at the plate. But I think saying like Sheets, Iglesias, no, I mean, they hopefully provide good value for this year, and you need it from Bogarts too. And yeah, you've overachieved. You're 15-5. That's a 750 winning percentage, which they're not going to have this year. So yes, by definition, they've absolutely overachieved.
I think Sheets, you could say, probably early on is overachieved. I don't think anybody saw what this from Gavin Sheets. I think Jose Iglesias, again, if your everyday second baseman is going to get hurt, it's nice to have Jose Iglesias backing him up. Dude's hitting 325 on the year so far. And he's doing exactly what you would want him to do. And I think where this team could have issues, is the depth, like center field, left. I mean, Oscar Gonzalez was good tonight. He had 2 hits, but Jason Hayward's going to get playing time. And when you have Jason Hayward in the lineup with Tyler Wade and Martin Maldonado, that it could be an issue. So, yeah, I mean, they're overachieving, yes, but I think Jose Iglesias is a guy that could hit around 320. Honestly, I really do. I think he's a guy that can, at worst, be hit a 290, 295 hitter for you, and you take that every day of the week. I think Gavin Sheets, 2 hits tonight. I think he can be a solid left-handed bat for you, and you have to just continue to put him in positions for him to succeed, not overwork him, not put him against lefties, put him in the righty lineups, and there you go. I mean, I think Bogaerts has started out nice this season, but I mean, will he ever hit for any power ever again in his career?
No, and he's kind of cooled off here. And again, it's such a small sample size that you have 2 bad games or 2, 0 for 4 or 1 for 5 games, and it looks bad. And he doubled tonight. But you're right. I mean, no, I don't think. I think, did someone have to note, like, how many times has Bogarts homered this year? He hasn't homered, has he?
No, he has 0 home runs.
And Machado's hit 2? Yeah.
Machado's hit 2,
so
yeah.
Luis Ariz has combined to hit more home runs than Manny Machado and Xander Bogaerts. Now, that's not going to hold, but that's not ideal. And it really speaks to Bogaerts. Like, we could leave Machado out of this. Was this a good night? No. But we've said before, what do you do when Manny Machado goes 0 for 4? Right? Because you're going to have to win some games when Manny Machado, he's not going to get a hit in every game. That's not how this works. So we're not going to pin this all on Manny because he had a bad game at the plate. So Bogaerts, to your point, I mean, he's got a 711 OPS. He's batting cleanup, and he has no power. We've said this for 3 years, and we've been told, well, look at the WAR. He provides value. Listen, I've defended him to start the year, but he's come back to earth. He was already on Earth to start the year.
Yeah, he wasn't on some other planet.
You bring up a good point. Like, again, so early you can't say it, but I mean, is he hitting 16 home runs this year? That's probably high.
I mean, look, this to me just individually was such a big year for Xander. His first 2 seasons here have been disappointments. They just have. I don't care what anybody says about 2023. That was a disappointing year because those numbers were stat padding numbers in September. Okay. Last year, yeah, the injury, but even before the injury, wasn't really doing much. And then after the injury, he was hot for like a 3-week stretch, but it was all for singles. I mean, he had no pop, like none. And I don't want to turn this into a Xander bashing session, but look, it's a reality. If Xander's going to be hitting cleanup for you, that's interesting. I don't know. Just, and I know it's because of injuries, and I know because Merrill's out, and I know because Cronenworth's out. And if they were fully healthy, Xander's probably hitting 6th or 7th. I get it. But even if he was hitting 6th or 7th, like, the question would still arise of, like, does he have any pop at all? Like, at all for a $28 million player? $26 million a year player?
How many home runs has he hit as a Padre? Did we decide? We've looked this up before. It's not a lot.
No, I think he hit, how many did he have last year? Yeah, 11 last year. He's hit 30 home runs in a Padres uniform in 2+ seasons now. Now, again, injury last year, but he's played 260. Hold on. This is not good, John. What's 155 plus 131?
286.
286 games, and he's hit 30 home runs for the Padres.
Did you include the games this year?
Yes.
Yeah, and again, he wasn't signed to hit home runs, but he wasn't signed not to hit home runs. He wasn't signed certainly to be like a contact singles hitter. He's not Luis Ariz. First of all, he doesn't possess the skill set of Luis Ariz because he's not going to hit 320. I mean, at times he has in his career with Boston, but he has not been a 300-plus hitter here.
I mean, in 56 games in 2020, John, he had 11 home runs.
Right.
As that was in the COVID year. Every year in Boston, besides 2017 and obviously 2020, he had 73 RBI or more. He had 2 years in Boston where he had 100-plus RBI. The 33 home runs will never happen again for him.
No, I mean, won't get close. He won't get close.
The first 2 seasons in a Padres uniform, John, he has 58 RBI, 44 RBI. He only has 5 this year. Like, if you are hitting in the middle of this lineup and you're getting paid the money you're getting paid every year, you need to drive in runs. I don't care if you don't hit for power, but you need to drive in runs. That right there to me is more concerning, I feel like, than him not having any pop anymore. Is he's not driving in any runs at all.
What they should do, and they'll never do it in a million years because of who he is and what he makes, but they should take the pressure off him and not give him additional pressure by putting him in the middle of the lineup. And I wouldn't even bat him like 7th. I'd bat him 8th. I just drop him all the way down, and whatever happens there becomes the luxury, and you're not counting on his run production. And you're hoping that with like less scrutiny and less accountability, he just figures things out, and whatever he gives you is a bonus. But you can't do it with a $280 million player, a 2-time champion. They all have egos. He's going to have to hit because he's going to hit in the middle of their lineup. Even when Jackson Merrill comes back, he's going to hit 5th. He's going to hit 6th. And he is an important piece. Just like, we talk about Machado and Tatis and Ariz and Merrill, like Bogarts is important, like those guys. Unfortunately, those other guys have outperformed him, all of them, but that doesn't mean he's not an important piece. And again, I'm not, to your point, it's not a bash Bogarts night, but I do think it's a fair conversation to have. Like, you're 20 games in, and once again, you look up and Xander Bogaerts is not the player you were hoping he was going to be. Season's not over, so maybe that changes. But through 20 games, the marks are average at best.
You want to know what's wild? Because I didn't even notice this. I want you to guess how many doubles Xander Bogaerts had in 2019 for the Red Sox without looking.
We talked about this one time before. It's a huge number. Was that the year he hit 33 home runs?
Yeah.
He had 40 doubles.
52.
Yeah, but it's conducive. That ballpark is conducive to that.
52 doubles in a season for Xander, and he hasn't hit even 52 in his Padres career so far.
It's weird. I mean, you can pepper the wall. Like Fenway's just way different than Petco, obviously.
Oh, wait, no, he has hit. Wait. Yeah, he has hit more. What's 31 plus 15 plus 7? It's 50.
53.
53. So he's hit 53 doubles in his career as
a Padre.
He has
7 doubles this year?
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Oh, well, that's a huge number, actually.
But he's not driving any runs. That's the point.
Right.
That's the point of this. Okay, cool. You're going to hit 13 home runs, so be it.
Then have 50 doubles.
But have 35 doubles and drive in 85.
Well, he's on pace for 55 doubles this year with 7 in 20 games. But, I mean, that's early. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we can table the conversation on Bogaerts, but he's not the reason why they lost 6-4 tonight. No. He's not the reason why they're 15-5 either. Like, he's not elevating them to this 750 winning percentage.
I said it. The majority of the time this team has won with Xander Bogaerts in the lineup has been in spite of him instead of because of him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, we'll get back to this conversation in a moment. We do want to remind our viewers about our longtime title sponsor of the wrap-up show, our buddy Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. He's been with us since day one. If you've got an insurance need, get in contact with Mark. Click that link in the description down below. Get free quotes online. Mark is a diehard, lifelong Padres fan, a native San Diegan, and a great insurance agent. You can take that from us. I've had a homeowners and earthquake and life insurance policy through Mark for years. He does auto as well, and he can save you time and money. And if you ever need him, like I filed a claim a couple of years ago, He saved me so much time and money. So he's just got great service and communication. Anytime you need him, he's going to be there for you, day, night, weekend, whatever it is. Mark is there for you. So before you renew your insurance policy, get in contact with Mark Nimitz and see how he can save you money and time and be a asset to you for your insurance needs. Click that link in the description down below. And thank you, Mark, for your longtime support of the channel as our title sponsor.
Yep, all his information is on that ticker below, and Nimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
Padres fall tonight in Houston 6-4. They're 15-5. The Astros are 9-10. Game 2 of the series again Saturday. Michael King on the mound for San Diego. Padres playing again shorthanded tonight without Jason Hayward. Mike Schilt was asked about this postgame and said that he's been dealing with it. And it was something that they were concerned with on the off day. He felt better today, but not good enough to give it a go eventually, even though he was written into the lineup card. They'll check on him tomorrow. Again, is it the end-all be-all? Of course it's not in Jason Hayward, but the problem is eventually you knock over dominoes and they start falling down. And Merrill, Lockridge, Hayward is a lot of outfielders, even if they're not all the same player. I mean, they're completely different players, but that's a lot to be dealing with at one, not one position, Jim, but, the outfield positions. You're 3 weeks into your season and you've dealt with a variety of injuries, none of them like earth-shattering or season-ending, but certainly something that has hurt this team potentially, or could hurt this team moving forward.
And that's what I'm like very scared of, is the injury bug really affecting this team this year, because we've seen in the first, 19 games of the year what this team can do when relatively healthy.
Mm-hmm.
We saw what this team did when fully healthy. And so you're just like, please, baseball gods, do not do this to the Padres, where you are just giving them nagging injury after nagging injury and preventing them from, reaching their peak, because I do feel like their peak is really good and we've seen it. And I think they can overcome some of these injuries for sure. But let's please not have these be the nagging injuries going throughout an entire season, because they will eventually catch up to you. I don't care what anybody says. They will eventually catch up to you when you're forced to put Tyler Wade out there, 6 days a week, and Jose Iglesias and Yuli Gurriel is was I meant. Jason Hayward, Gavin Sheets ran a really nice story. You put him out there every day, he gets 550, 600 at bats. I don't know if he's going to be doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. It's a great point. It's like you start elevating role players to being everyday players, and you're exposing the role players. And in turn, you're hurting your ability to win. And I mean, Jeremiah brings up a good point. I mean, you were asking Jason Hayward to platoon. He's not playing every day, and he's dealing with an ailment right now that's related to his left knee, and he is old. And that was always a question mark. And he's on a flyer deal. But you're asking him to be more than a flyer player, even though he's on a flyer deal, because he's supposedly on a really good team. I mean, this has the makings of being a really good team. So you're asking for production out of guys like Jason Hayward this year. It's something to consider moving forward. Hayward had a good game or two. By and large, he hasn't done anything of great significance to this point. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you play down Merrill and Hayward, and you look up at this outfit and you're like, again, do I like Oscar Gonzalez? Yeah. I mean, he's been good, but again, limited sample size. You play Oscar Gonzalez every day. Is he gonna, is he able to help you get where you want to get? I don't know the answer to that. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. But again, you don't have the production of Jurickson Profar in left field this year. The 2024 Jurickson Profar in left field, you're not getting that in 2025. Sorry. We said that heading into the year, and I cannot confirm it. They won't get that production this year in left field.
Not even close. Like Grand Canyon here to the Mars, the planet Mars. That's the gap from the production you got last year from your left fielder to what I feel like the production you're getting to get from all the left fielders combined this season. Sorry. I mean, it's just is what it is. And that's why, obviously hindsight's 2020 now. You're glad they didn't sign Jurickson Profar.
Yeah, definitely.
But at the time, you're like, man, if they don't sign Profar, if they don't have a plan here for left field, you're losing so much, and then you're going to asking other guys to do, things that, fill in the gaps and fill in the holes. And those guys are now hurt. I mean, Jackson Merrill and Jake Cronenworth, I remember talking about it and being like, yeah, if Jake has a bounce back year and then Merrill ups his home runs and Tatis stays healthy and he ups his home runs there, like, you can withstand the loss of the productivity that Jerkson Profar gave you. But like, now your left field situation is all over the place. Merrill's out for at least a couple more weeks, and Jake's going to miss a bunch of time here with a cracked rib. So like, yeah, elevating role players into everyday players, it might work for a bit, but it will not work for a prolonged period of time. It just, I've seen it too many times.
Yeah.
It just does not work.
The depth conversation, like, that's where Schilt gets a lot of credit, because he has squeezed a lot out of these players the last 2 years. The David Peraltas, the Donovan Solanos, the Jose Iglesiases, who had a good year last year. But you get the point. The Oscar Gonzalez's, like, these are the players he's gotten a lot out of, and that's been really beneficial. But man, if you are counting on them for extended period of time, that is a real concern, to your point. And from a rotation perspective, you can't really squeeze more out of starting pitchers. Like, if Matt Waldron's going to struggle, he's going to struggle. Like, Mike Schultz going to have no impact on changing that. Or if Kyle Hart's going to struggle this year, he's going to struggle. So they're going to have some level of depth or health. The good news is you've got Michael King, Dylan Cease, and Nick Pivetta in your rotation. Like, that we can say definitively right now, and that's a positive. We know Cease hasn't necessarily been himself yet, but Pavetta's been awesome, and King's been awesome. So you have that. Vasquez has been good. The command's concerning. He's not going to give you 7 innings, but he's been good. So again, they're 15-5 for a reason, because they've played their way there. That's not smoke and mirrors.
No,
their starting pitching by and large has been good. Their bullpen has been unbelievably good, and their lineup has been good. It hasn't been great. I wouldn't call it the best lineup in baseball. They've hit for average. I don't think they've hit overwhelmingly for power as of yet, outside of like a Fernando Tatis Jr. But you add it all up, it's 15-5, and we'll see what happens from here.
Yeah, in again, a couple weeks of these guys like Jackson Merrill being out of the lineup, okay, you can deal with. But it's a thin margin for error with injuries. Where you start piling these things up, it becomes a problem. And so it's just like a warning. Like, it's just like a warning. Hopefully this team right now doesn't suffer any more injuries and they stay healthy, and then they can play consistent baseball until they get Jackson Merrill back, and until they can get Yu Darvish, and until they get Jake Cronenworth. And, knowing baseball, guess what? When one of those guys get back, someone else is going to get injured. Like, that is just how sports works, and you got to have a little bit of luck. You got to have some lightning in a bottle moments from unexpected players. And, it's nice that they got out to such a fast, hot start so they can absorb some of this stuff that they might be facing here in the next couple of weeks. And that's like, perfect scenario. And if they can absorb what's going on and then still win in spite of that, like, man, that'd be awesome. And I think they have a chance to do that. So, like you said, with the pitching they have, King, Cease, Pivetta, the bullpen, I mean, bullpen's elite. It's beyond elite. And Tatis playing at the level he's playing at, you can win some ball games here. They're not going to turn into Chicago White Sox. I can tell you that.
No, they're not. You're 100% right. Guys, if you're here, please subscribe here on Content for Padres Fans. Smash the like button for us. You can follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the super chats. If you want to support the channel, if you want to see your comment on screen, we appreciate it. Click the $ below the chat box. If you want to become a member, you can click join down below. Talon, we thank you again. He says, do players on the IL get tested for ringworm cream? Serious question, PEDs. Yes. Tatis got popped on the IL 3 years ago. I don't have like the testing policy in front of me, but I want to say they're available to be tested year round as part of that joint MLB, MLBPA like drug agreement. This has been going on for 20 plus years. And I don't think it's easily skirtable, so to speak, drug testing in Major League Baseball anymore. Like, I don't know how often you can be tested, but there's no doubt you can be tested in off seasons. You can be tested in spring trainings. And I'm pretty certain you can be tested while you're on the IL as well.
Profar got popped from a test in the
off
offseason.
season. Yeah.
So
and Tatis got popped on the IL.
Right. And he returned. And then I saw this picture floating online for some reason when, remember, he just mysteriously left the minor league club that he was playing for. I forget
He was like flying commercial to like home or something.
Yeah, he like flew. He no one knew where Tatis was.
Oh,
and he
yeah,
just, like,
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember. I'm out of here.
Yeah. So
yeah, not the good old days is what that was. Not the good old days at all.
No, even though they went to NLCS that year.
And that kind of speaks to the point, though, that you're making, that yes, being without a player can be overcome. They didn't have Tatis last year for 80 games or whatever it was, and they played really well. Now that's
David
not
Peralta stepped up.
Yeah, and that's not because Tatis isn't great. It's just it's a team sport. Teams have had Shohei Ohtani before, not been good, like the Angels.
Yep.
But you start adding up more than like one critical piece, and it just keeps getting harder and harder and harder. To your point, it like snowballs a little bit.
Yeah.
You can overcome injuries. Yes, you need depth, but to overcome a lot of injuries is where it becomes really hard. But you're right. Some of the Padres' best play in the last 5 years has been with Tatis out. The whole season he was out. They played well, and then that 60-game stretch he was out. They did play well, but then again, he was unbelievable in the 6 or 7 postseason games last year, by and large. The first 5, certainly.
Yep. He is when the lights shine the brightest, he is one of the best in the game. He is just a big time player. So yeah, I don't know where we're going with that, but anyway, I'm reading that Jesus Christ is in the chat, getting prepared for Easter on Sunday.
Big weekend. You thought it was a big weekend for the Padres. Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
I just said geez.
Jesus.
Big weekend for Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard, thank you. Dodger fan Richard, who supports the channel, we appreciate him. He says you have depth issues, no viable solutions at AAA. Your pitching and defense can carry you. Justin Turner had hammy issues, lost him for weeks in 2017. Yeah, hammies are freaking annoying. Obliques. There's certain injuries that are just nagging and annoying. I do think the pitching can carry the Padres. I do think their defense has the ability to be very good. And I do think depth is an issue, potentially, with the Padres. I think this is, somewhat accurate. And then AJ can change their depth. They can make additions. Things can change. It's happened before. But yeah, I do think there's some depth issues.
I think they have pieces in the minors that could help. I think, a guy like Eggy Rosario, Tirso Ornelas. I think if they ever decided to give Campy another opportunity, I mean, he's tearing the cover off the baseball down at El Paso. But I think they have some help. It's just if those guys get elevated into starting roles, then you're probably in a little bit of trouble. But if you need some guy to fill in for like a week, I think they have plenty for that. It's just like, I know their lineup, and offensively, you look at some numbers and you're like, this is really good. This is a really good lineup. Is this a really good lineup, John? Tatis, Arraez, Machado, Bogarts, Sheets, Oscar Gonzalez, Jose Iglesias, Tyler Wade, Martin Maldonado.
No, but with Merrill and Cronenworth, that's 23% of it or 22% of it. It's better, a lot better.
That's the point. Like,
you're right.
So,
I completely agree with that. Someone made the point. I mean, the Eggy point's a valid one, but there's also, you have to ask yourself, he's been in the organization for 10 years. He's never been given an opportunity. At some point,
reason. Same with Campy.
Yeah, it's like, they certainly have a skill set, but is it a winning skill set that's going to help this team in 2025? That like the Padres are, I don't know, they're not even allowing them the opportunity to perform at the big league level. Now it's early; they'll probably both have opportunities in some form or fashion because things do happen. So maybe they force their way through, or maybe there's injuries, and maybe they do help this team. But again, Eggy Rosario has never been a regular in the major leagues. So
he's been a fill-in guy.
He's been a fill-in guy, and Campy's never been a regular, or he has been a regular, but he's never done anything when given the opportunity when he's been a regular. That's the problem.
Yeah. And
Quade, listen, Quade is a term for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'd probably paint that brush more with Campy than Eggy. And I'm not saying don't give them additional opportunities. They will get them, and maybe they take advantage of them. Or maybe we say, hey, there's a reason why Luis Campusano finished last year in AAA, or a reason why they exposed Eggy to waivers.
Yeah.
You know, Mova Globes has nothing to do with Eggy or Campy, but you can pick these up right now. This is a great gift for the baseball fan in your life. These are available for all 30 teams officially licensed. Our friends at Mova Globes. If you use promo code PWS10, PWS10, you're going to get 10% off. Just click the link in the description down below. These are fantastic products. They have all 30 major league teams. So it's perfect for the Padre fan in your life, or let's say your brother is a Chicago Cubs fan or whatever team. They have all 30 officially licensed. The perfect gift idea for the baseball fan that has everything. These are great for a home or work office. Your family's going to love them. Your kids will love them. My son thinks it's terrific. So pick these up. Use promo code PWS10. Get 10% off. Additionally, they have other globes available well beyond the Major League Baseball globes, but these are officially licensed. They spin automatically with artificial or natural light. This company is based in San Diego. This technology was invented in Cardiff by the Sea. So if you haven't picked one up, now is the time. Baseball season is back. Make sure to use promo code PWS10. Click that link in the description down below.
PWS10. Pick up a Mova Globe today.
Look at them. They're globes that spin. Have you seen anything like this in your life?
Well, they watch it all the time on the wrap-up show, so yes.
Yes, if you watch the wrap-up show, you've seen them. They're cool. Trust us. We have multiple. I want all 30 teams. I want to put like the divisions. Yes, I want all 30 globes. Can you imagine seeing those puppies spin?
You know what I want? I want all 30 of their like Earth and Sun and solar globes.
That's what I want. I want all 1 billion stars. Are stars globes?
You want 1 billion Mova Globes?
I want 1 billion.
Do you know how much 1 billion Mova Globes would be?
Well, you can use promo code PWS10 and get 10% off 1 billion, and you save like $100 million. Or like more than that.
I'm just saying, like, imagine, can you visualize how, like, what 1 billion Mova Globes would look like?
No, I can't, being honest. Is it Jeff's birthday?
Is it Jeff's birthday?
Someone said happy birthday, Jeff. So now I'm trying to catch up on it. Jeff West, is it your birthday? Put it in the chat right now.
I know you're going to the game tomorrow.
He's saying thanks. So that is in response to happy birthday, Jeff, right?
Tomorrow is his birthday, John.
Oh my gosh, that's a win.
Wow.
Wait, were you there tonight, Jeff?
Easy win. I don't think he was because he says he's flying out tomorrow. So
yeah, it would be hard to be there if he wasn't in the city.
Right. Or if he's there and why would he be flying?
Oh, that's a guaranteed win. I want to say Jeff is like 15-0 this year. Well, no, because the Padres lost one time at home. He might be 12-1, actually.
I think he's 12-1. Yeah. Pick it up, man. Come on.
Come on, Jeff.
12-1.
We need better from you. He'll get us back on track.
Okay, perfect. He's 12-1 this year. That's a pretty good record. It's a good record. I'm only 3-0
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, John. Glad you asked that question. It's at 4:10.
What time's that game Sunday? Oh, that's the 4:00 Sunday Night Baseball.
Sunday Night Baseball. Cease and Valdez.
That's really good. That's really good for Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah, it is. Great pitching matchup.
Jeff, happy birthday, though, man.
Happy birthday, man.
That's awesome.
To our official, unofficial, but real official new graphic designer.
Now people want to like force him to like just stay on the road.
Yeah, you've done this to yourself, Jeff. You have to watch and go to every single game.
Oh, wait, he shares the birthday with 22-year-old superstar Jackson Merrill?
Must be nice.
Wow.
Hang out with Jackson Merrill tomorrow, even though he's not on the road trip.
Yeah, no, the only way to hang out with Jackson Merrill is in San Diego.
Right.
Like, what is Merrill doing?
Probably like on a treadmill somewhere because I don't know.
Don't you feel like all he wants to do is like be in like the clubhouse?
oh my God, he's probably like the most annoying person to be around right now. Because he's just like, he's like, I can't even watch these games because I miss miss the boys.
Dude, it's like
I miss the boys.
if you're like his girlfriend's got to be like, it's crazy. Like the guy's probably never around for like 7 straight months. He's in the clubhouse at 10 a.m. and now he's like
Right.
at the place for a week.
She's like, you want to go to coffee before you go to the ballpark? He's like, no, I don't want to go to the ballpark before I go to the ballpark.
What do you think? What do you think a player like? Does he know how to watch games? Is he going to Padres.tv and being like, it's $19.99 for the month?
I don't know.
I would assume yes.
Yeah, does he have to pay?
I would assume. I mean, is there like a player access code? Maybe.
I bet you there's a player. There has to be a player access code. There's no way.
There's no
But
way
here's the
Major
thing.
League players, part of the union, have to pay to watch Major League Baseball.
Right. But here's the thing. Most players like probably aren't watching on their own time because guess what? They're playing the game.
But but I'm saying in a circumstance like this where you're like rehabbing an injury, you're still,
Yeah.
it's again, it's a rarity maybe, but like
Yeah.
a Yu Darvish, like you're staying back. Are you like watching the games? I would assume they're. I mean, I know Jackson Merrill is watching the games. There's no world where Jackson Merrill isn't watching the entire game.
He has like a quad cast of like just like a revolving of all the games going on.
Chris says he got paid, and now it's just like he doesn't care. It's just like his true colors came out. He got paid, and he's like, "My hamstring hurts. I'll see you in 10 years."
Look, it is. Look, I'm not gonna like. This is just tongue in cheek, but it is funny because
it's like a day after the contract.
When you think about it, some of the biggest contracts the Padres have given out recently, like all the players got injured like right after. Like Musgrove injured, Darvish injury prone, Bogarts sucks injured, like Merrill injured, Tatis freaking subluxation in the shoulder suspended injured. Like
Manny
what?
typically has been on the field.
Manny's like the one exception.
Yeah, but he's also dealt with some injuries, although he plays through them.
He got paid in 2023, and guess what? He had an awful year, and he was hurt. So
don't hear the moral of the story is don't give players money.
Just don't pay anybody. Don't have a baseball team. Just don't pay anybody.
Merrill's going to come back and hate Xander. No, I don't think so. I really don't.
I can't believe you didn't leg out that single the other day.
Honestly, I think we probably react to it more than they do. They're 15-5. Like tonight in Houston, forget about Merrill. He's not in Houston. I'm pretty sure the team's all right. Like I don't think they're having team meetings. I don't think they're
no one's flipping the spread.
Calling mom and dad like, hey, everything's over. Like they're fine. I mean,
they have a team meeting, guys.
Like they lost 2 or 3 in Chicago in their first road trip of the year, and then they won 2 or 3 in Sacramento. Like they're gonna lose the series. It's gonna happen. I'm not saying it's this series, although I don't think it's gonna be easy now to win this series, Jim, with Framber Valdez at home on Sunday. That alone, I think, probably makes it challenging. And I'm not overly encouraged by Dylan Cease right now. I mean, maybe he's due to bounce back Sunday Night Baseball, cool opportunity, but it's not gonna be the easiest thing in the world now to win this series. Although King Cease, maybe we'll see.
So what you're saying is, if they lose this series, it's season's over.
It's done.
Yeah, I agree.
Now they did. Okay, here's some good news. Like Jeff brings up, they didn't use high leverage guys today, and they were off yesterday. So they'll have the full complement of bullpen. If they can grab a 1-run lead for Michael King, they can turn it over. Hopefully, rely on that bullpen or King tomorrow to find a way to even the series. But yeah, they've got a rested bullpen. They've got a really good bullpen. I mean, shoot, even their non-leverage guys like Jacob went 2 scoreless innings today. Alec Jacob went 2 scoreless innings here today. So
I meant Jacob Cronenworth.
No. Although they could use him in the bullpen, I guess.
He's got an arm, man. Now again, he's got a broken rib, so it might be tough.
Right.
Dual threat. Remember when they traded for Jake? And everyone's like, oh, dude, remember when they traded for Cronenworth? And like, oh, dude, this is like the player that players always wanted.
He's like Ohtani.
The guy plays the field and he pitches. Oh, my God.
He's better than Ohtani.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a nice – listen, it was a really good find. Then the reach of the extension was probably like a little too much of a reach, right? Like the acquiring the player was terrific.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been a regular and an all-star and a good player. He's had huge moments like 2022. But extending him for 7 years, $80 million was probably premature.
Well, Peter Seiler wanted to just sign everybody.
Well, okay, that is true.
So looking back, no real surprise that everyone at that time was getting a contract. Coming off the NLCS, it's like you get a contract, you get a contract. Everyone, you get a contract, you get a contract. Oh, everyone gets a contract.
Mm-hmm. So, well, he got a contract.
He got a contract.
All right. I do want to remind our viewers about our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. If you use promo code PODSWRAP, that's PADSWRAP, you're getting a free gimme pick and a 50% deposit match. The NBA playoffs get fully underway this weekend.
Tomorrow.
Of course, we all saw those big playing games tonight, and by we all, I have no clue who played or who won. So do not tell me, because now I'm curious. But the NBA playoffs get underway tomorrow, and you can play pick'ems with NBA playoff games and Major League Baseball games. So you can play across multiple sports. They'll give you a free gimme pick if you use promo code PODSWRAP. Click the link in the description down below. Plus, you get a free 50% deposit match up to $1,000. You can win crazy money. You can win thousands of dollars in a single night. The more you play, the more you can win. And again, the free gimme pick is like LeBron James. Will he score higher or lower than a half total point? The answer is yeah, he'll score higher. And then you pair that with like Fernando Tatis Jr., higher than a half total base, and you go higher and you win. That's how simple it is. So make sure to use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Click the link in the description down below and get a 50% deposit match plus a free gimme pick from our friends at Underdog.
Can you guess who won tonight in the playing game?
Tell me who played, and I'm going to guess. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm actually closing the chat. I click comments. It's gone from my screen.
All right. First up,
okay,
we have the Atlanta Hawks against the Miami Heat.
Where was the game?
It was in Atlanta.
I mean, you told Miami's terrible, right? They're both bad. I'll take the home team in both these games. I don't even know who played the other game, but I'm going to take the home team. So I'll say Atlanta won this game tonight.
The 37-45 Miami Heat are the 8 seed as they beat the Atlanta Hawks tonight.
What?
They like beat it the shit. I mean, they whipped their ass.
Is Miami going to win the East?
Probably now.
They'll they play? Cleveland. They'll win that in 5.
4.
Okay,
actually,
so
Miami in 3.
Miami with my Aztec for Life, Keyshawn Johnson's moving on. Now tell me who played in the West tonight.
Memphis and Dallas. This was in Memphis.
There's no way Dallas, with everything going on. This was in Memphis. I'll take Memphis because it's. What is that over there? Is there like a. Hold on. I see something that looks kind of like buggish. Hold on. Or like kind of like a big like bug.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Oh, jeez. It's probably like a moth or something. Or you know what it is? Like a daddy long leg. And he's freaked out by it.
All good.
Crisis averted.
Oh, good. It was a toy block. I thought it was like a small rat or something.
A toy block.
Like a dark little toy.
Okay.
But in the area where you'd see like a killer bee or something. I don't know.
A killer bee. Nice.
I don't know. What we're talking. So I say that Dallas lost because they're Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas got their ass kicked and Anthony Davis got hurt.
Oh my gosh. Well, does that really matter?
He had 38 points and then he had to leave the game because he got hurt.
Okay, so I learned something tonight. Who does Memphis play in the Oklahoma City?
Oklahoma City. Yeah, good luck.
That's all. Go Memphis.
I did not get on the course today, Steven. We
got out there for a swing.
No, we didn't. That's the driving range.
range.
John was too scared to go hit a ball off the first tee.
I would have done it. It's just they were playing.
I know yeah, there were people there and I didn't want to like go hit. So I went to the driving range. John hit my driver and actually made good contact with it, except the ball went like
to the right.
Like,
well, it was like I was trying to hit it to the right. Is that
dead right?
It was like wee.
Like you'd have to aim so far left just to hit it down the middle.
That's what I'm going to do when I get out there on tour.
Just aim as far left as possible. So then the ball will, when you hit it and it goes right for you, it's going right down the middle for what you're looking for.
I don't know how they do it. Like,
of course, Masters. knowing you, and this happens to every golfer that tries that. You aim so far left because you think you're going to hit it right. Straight. You're going to hit that shit so straight and feel like it's the best shot of your entire life. And it's going to go so far out of bounds. And you're like, what the F? And then the next shot you take, you're going to aim straight and that shit's going to go far right.
I need to take lessons. But here's the thing. Why am I taking? I don't play.
There's no reason for you to take lessons. And even if you
did, one swing, my back kind of like hurt.
Yeah. Look, it's not the greatest swing in the world.
No, it sucks. Your swing looks like freaking Jack Nicklaus.
No, it's not. I was even like, I felt like my back, like today, I'm like, oh, that's not great.
How far can you like drive? I was gonna say like drive a ball.
No, that's what you say. Yeah. How far can you drive it?
Drive.
I think I average like 260, 270.
What?
It's not that. It's not great.
No,
actually, with that driver, I had 275. Yeah, 260,
so
275.
Could you play on the Corn Ferry Tour?
No, I can play on no tour. I'm a low to mid 80s guy. My handicap's probably like a 12, 13 at the highest, but probably 11, 12, 13.
It's not terrible.
I just play for fun. I don't like.
I play for like the accolades. I play for the money, the glamour.
My favorite thing is anytime I've golfed with John, and it's never like on a golf course. It's always either like on a driving range
simulator
or a simulator or like a Petco Park. And all you talk about is like I can never golf. I can never golf. Right before you swing, you turn around and you go, give me pointers. I need to know how to swing a golf club. I'm like, or you look on your phone real quick and you're like, hold on, let me watch a YouTube video about swinging a golf club.
It's so true, dude.
Like, it's not going to help you. Whatever I say is not going to help. Just swing.
I know, but it's like, I was looking for like, confidence, like what you feel is what happens. Or like, if you see the free throw going through, you're going to make the free throw.
Okay. But how can you
know what I mean?
Like see the free throw going through the hoop when someone's telling you about the free throw going through the hoop? Like if I told you, like,
I don't know.
Listen to the swish when the ball goes through the net, you're going to make that shot?
Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, again, I was like, I'm not... envision hitting solid contact and not leaving your club face completely open.
What? Hold on. You know what I want to tell our viewers about? Shameless plug before we get out of here. We are nominated in the Best of UT Readers poll
for the station we used to work on.
What's that? Yeah,
for the station we used to work on.
Okay, here's the thing. Let me put the link.
Was there?
Let me put the link. Let me put the link in the chat.
You're like, vote for us.
A UT Readers poll link.
It's such a. It's
whatever.
I mean, whatever.
I'd rather win than lose.
True. We've already won multiple times.
I mean, if you guys support the channel, yeah, we've won multiple times somehow because of the channel. That's how we've won, because our viewers have been good to the channel. So if you click the link, here's the thing. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get to. You got to click far right on this 6 more thing, then click on media, then scroll down past Darnay Trip. Nobody cares, Darnay.
Darnay's not even on the list. Derek Togerson is on the list.
That's right. Why would well, Derek.
Local news sportscaster, Ben, Brandon, and Derek. Is Darnay not freaking out right now?
I'm taking a photo of that and sending it to Darnay.
How is Darnay not on the list?
Hold on. Because he's not top 3. Maybe next year.
Like, I'd vote for you, but
anyway, you scroll past meteorologist. you scroll past radio drive time show, KPBS NPR, and Gina the Latina.
And Frankie V, even though it's
you scroll past radio morning show 1015. It just says the name of the station.
That's so funny.
Okay, you keep scrolling. Radio personality, of course, 93.3 is a great personality. I love 93 FM. That's the best personality in the city.
Gina Latina is on 933, so it's like, what?
Okay.
Who voted for these things?
Then you scroll down, boom. There we are. Now, Sports Talk Radio. Sure. Do I like, listen, the Fan 97.3 is a good show.
Is it?
Now, I think John and Jim on Extra 1360 is a better show, personally.
Way better show. Just like when you're voting for us, just don't look at the Extra 1360 label there. I like how Talk Radio, Carl DeMille, he's not even on Kogo anymore.
Wait. Oh, yeah, this whole thing. We need Darnay on this thing. Anyway, after we just completely ripped into the credibility and the viability of this list.
Still vote for us because we want to win it.
If you wouldn't mind clicking on it, okay? We appreciate you. We would appreciate you.
We would.
And all you have to do is like put your email in. You could probably put a fake email in.
Yeah, please vote for us. Please. We are shameless plugging right now.
Like Retod, hit the like button, buy a Boba Globe, even though it's a Mova Globe. Subscribe and LFGSD. So yeah. Oh, this is funny.
Probably.
Potentially. Like somebody might want to proof that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's run through this.
Like some of these shows aren't even on the air anymore. Some of these shows, like our show.
How can the best radio personality be a radio station?
How can the best sports talk show be a station?
A station.
What?
It'll be amazing if the station beats out the shows.
Wasn't it like last year, like Mark and Rich got like nominated or something? And I was like I want to vote. I was like, I want Mark and Rich to win because that would be hilarious. A show that's not even around anymore. Some guy, Mark's up in the Bay Area crushing it. Rich is on a FM morning show. Like,
right. Dude. Anyway. Jim, before we get out of here, I do want to thank our partners, Hamul Casino, with us on the wrap-up show. Mova Globes, use promo code PWS10, get 10% off. Underdog Fantasy, again, use promo code PODSWRAP, that's PADSWRAP. You'll get that free gimme pick and a 50% deposit match. Just click the link in the description down below. And if you have an insurance need, go with our title sponsor. Trust us, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. Just click that link in the description down below. You can get free quotes online. What's Jesus have here?
Said, blessed are those who vote for John and Jim.
Especially this Easter weekend.
Thank you, Jesus. Hope you have a good weekend. You're going to need it.
What does that even mean?
No, he's going to have a good weekend. I have a feeling.
Are you doing any egg painting between your WrestleMania watching?
No, dude. I'm taking care of my wife. That's what I'm doing.
How is Erin? Not that we've really talked about Erin on the wrap-up show, but
she's good. She had surgery and she is doing well. And today was a much better day for her than it was a couple days ago. 2 days ago, actually yesterday. Yesterday was really bad, but today much better. So,
can we get clap emojis in the chat for Miss Do It All who voted for us?
Thank you, Miss Do It All.
And Retod, yes, you can vote even if you have a felony.
Yes,
because Jim did. Jim voted.
I don't think I did, but
you should vote, dude.
Vote now. Vote for us on the other station.
What are you talking about? What's coming up
on Extra 1360?
Oh, on Extra 1360.
Yeah.
What's coming up?
What's coming up is me going to bed. That's what's coming up.
No, what about on the schedule?
Do I really?